This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to set up save canceling for free play categories. So that would be free play, mini kit rush, red brick rush, anything else that gets added in the future. This is specifically for the Dolphin emulator, but in principle it works the same for like a PlayStation emulator. It's a little bit different for Xbox, and then it's not something that we worry about for PC because we have loadless times. But this is very important if you're playing a free play category, since you're just going to lose a couple seconds to saves basically every single level. If you haven't already seen Zach's video on just setting up the Dolphin emulator, setting up your controls and whatnot, you definitely should check that out first. It's going to be the first video in this free play tutorial playlist, and I'll also leave a link to it in the description down below. We're actually going to start off where Zach left off, with creating a memory card on our PC. That's a very crucial piece to setting up save canceling, so we're going to start there and then go through the process. Your Dolphin emulator should have a speed up key. I think the default is tab, although you should probably change that if you plan on doing keyboard 1P2C ever. And all we're going to do is click new game and let it load in. We're going to run over to these chairs and just grab a gold stud to buy a hint at the shop. And then when you try to back out of the shop, it wants you to save. And if this is your first time playing this game on your PC, it will prompt you that you don't have a memory card in slot A, and it will ask you if you want to create one. So we're going to select yes, and it's going to create a memory card folder on our computer that will allow us to create a new save game. After that's created, we're going to back out of the emulation, and then we're going to go to the Tools tab, because this will let us go to that memory card slot that we just created. So under Memory Card Manager, we're going to click Open on slot A. And the folder that was just created that's the most important for us is this USA folder. And then in Card A, if we switch to just looking at all files, we will see this is the save file that we just created on our new memory card folder. So then you can download whatever save files that you actually need. They're all on the resource document, and then they're all on speedrun.com, either on the main board or the category extensions board, depending on which file you're downloading. All of them should come with 2 items in the folder. This bottom one is a 100% save of LEGO Star Wars the video game that gives you access to a couple of characters that we need throughout the run. And then the top item here is the actual save file that has been created on a GameCube emulator. So we're just going to copy both of these over, and we are going to override and replace the save file that we just made. And then now in the game, when we click load, we're going to see the save file that we just brought in. And then when we load into the file, this is going to pop up saying that autosave is on. So since we have a memory card and a slot that is currently connected to our Dolphin, that is what turns on autosave for the Dolphin emulator. Anytime we buy something from the shop, complete a level, anytime that the game wants to save, it's going to automatically do so because of its connection to the memory card. And the next step is just to set up our file basically like we're about to start a run. So all that we need to do is first select our characters. So we're going to have player 1 be Han Solo Hood, and then player 2 is going to be Ghost Yoda. I went ahead and dropped out player 2 since he's not in at the start of the run. And then the next thing we're going to do is turn on all of the extras. We're going to turn on use old save since we imported the LEGO Star Wars 1 save file, and then all of the extras that have been purchased. It's good to note, I think on, it might be the PC save file, that self-destruct has been purchased because it was used in the any% run to create the file. That's not something that needs to be used in any of the free play categories, so that can just stay off. And then we're going to leave the menu on extra toggle since that is used later in the run. Now that we're here, we're basically ready to start an actual run. So we're going to set a save state. This is what's going to allow us to enable save canceling for the run. So by holding shift and one of the function buttons, you set a save state to that specific function button. So I'm going to click shift and F4, and it just wrote a save state. So now if I walk away, move the menu around, turn off some extras, and then I click F4, I'm back in this exact spot, and my extras menuing is exactly where I want it to be. So now that we have this save state, we're going to close back out of the emulation and go back into the memory card manager and open slot A again. We're then going to take the USA folder that was created earlier, and we're just going to delete it off of our computer. And so what that did is that reverted the game back into its original state when we first brought it up and started a new file, which was that it was looking for a memory card and it prompted us to create one. But we don't want to do that. We have our save state, so by loading up the game and then just clicking F4 at any point, it will bring up this pop-up saying that the memory card in slot A has been removed or changed. Autosave has now been disabled. Autosave will be re-enabled when you load or save any game. So at this point, the only way for autosave to turn back on is if we complete a level, purchase something, and then choose for it to create a new memory card on our PC. Otherwise, we can just cancel out of every save that happens. And after that, you are ready to start attempts of any of the free play categories. It's nice having multiple save states. It's really nice for resetting. You're a few levels in, you can just press your save state button and you're back to square one for resetting. So very easy to set up, but very necessary to save those couple seconds every level.